Hey, what's going on, dudes? It's Stu. So, here's another channel update video for you guys. I think the last one I did was, what, half a year ago at this point, back when I first announced me going full-time content creator. Well, unfortunately, 6 months later, I hate to announce this, but I'm gonna have to drop the whole full-time content creator thing down to just a part-time instead. This has definitely been in the back of my mind. Even back then when I did first announce full-time content creation, or at least, trying to go this way, trying to go down this route. But now that, again, 6 months later, I have reality staring in my face and I look at my bank account and unironically, I know we gotcha gamers love to meme about how, our bank account is going to be so empty after this gotcha. Well, for me, it's not such a meme anymore. I kind of wish it were. Back in the days when it just used to be a funny meme. Unfortunately, that's again not really a meme, not really such a funny meme anymore for me, at least at this point in time. So yeah, like I said, gonna have to drop down to just a part-time content creator instead, which is basically what I was before. I tried going full-time anyway, so no real difference there, which is going back in time, 6 months or something. So yeah. Just wanted to share my thoughts on my last 6 months as a quote unquote full-time content creator. Initially, well, not even initially, my whole plan was to try to make it quote unquote make it big, for lack of a better phrase. If I were to describe it as anything else, I'd feel disingenuous. I feel like I'd be misleading you guys. But yeah, so that's what I'll use. I tried to make it big as a streamer first and foremost, because the last, decade or so, I started watching streams back when I was right when I got into college, actually, so this was 2012? Yeah, so a little over a decade ago. So I basically, you could say I grew up watching streams pretty much, I guess, for basically all of my quote-unquote adulthood. I've grown up with streams, and so I've grown up watching a whole ton of content creators, streamers mainly, obviously, grow and build their channels and succeed, and I was there for a lot of those guys' rises, right? Again, for lack of a better word. I've seen plenty of streamers come and go. Fortunately, a lot of the ones I still like are still doing fine, they're still around. Yeah. I just kind of grew up with streaming, so in the back of my mind, I kind of always wanted to try my hand at full-time streaming too, because I don't think this will ever change. My favorite part about streaming is just the interaction, just me being able to talk to people. Me looking inwards at myself. I'm a very introverted person. I mean, yeah, you can kind of tell, and I'm the kind of person who doesn't really talk unless they're talked to. And so when I have people in my stream, obviously, talking to me about stuff, asking me questions, like that's like honestly my favorite part of the streams. Favorite part of streaming for me. Just the whole community interaction, viewer interaction, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I figured I might as well. I wanted to focus. I figured I wanted to focus most of my efforts on streaming, and then use my YouTube channel as an avenue to get people to watch me stream. Because I have let's just say my YouTube channel is bigger than my Twitch channel. I think that's safe to say. And so that's what I tried doing. I also tried to focus on like the quote unquote popular games, the normie games. We all know which games I'm talking about here, Genshin and Star Rail, naturally. And so that's what I focused most of my efforts on for the past 6 months. Streaming, and then not just streaming, but streaming Genshin and Star Rail. And there were a few moments where it felt like it could have worked. Though I do think I should have done a better job at networking, but again, that's kind of a problem for me because me being an introverted motherfucker, who is kind of hesitant to reach out to people. I mean, who the fuck would want to network with someone like me who barely pulls in, like, who barely holds like 100, 200 viewers concurrent anyway on stream. But hey, you never know. I guess I should have tried at least. Well, I did try Mr. Slice, and I guess to a certain extent Mr. OK Code, but maybe I should have tried harder. But yeah, that didn't work out, obviously. And so, having realized that me trying to go down the streamer path is clearly not working, not only do I have to, like I said, drop my whole full-time thing down to a part-time only, in order to look for a side job. I'm not kidding. I actually am looking for at least a remote work job to start me off with. Just so I can ease myself back into. I have the option of either continue to focus a lot of my effort on content creation, or ease myself back into a normie life of having a regular old 9 to 5 again like I used to. Yeah, I am looking for a side job now, and so because of that, not only does that mean that I have to drop my whole full-time status down to a part-time, which I've repeated that like 3 times over by now, because as you guys know, I love repeating myself. It also means that I will not be streaming anywhere near as much as I had, because I think at the height of my whole 6-month quote full-time stint earlier throughout the majority of this year, I was streaming like at least 7-8 hours a day. Obviously, there were weeks where I didn't stream every day, because I was using those days to make videos, because I don't have my own video editor. I edit all my videos myself. The thumbnails of my more recent videos, especially the dedicated Star Rail guide videos, the thumbnails for those videos were made by one of my Twitch subs and Discord buddies, Mr. Walks. Shout out to you, Mr. Walks. And he was able to make he was down to make those thumbnails for me completely free, so I owe a lot to him, and so yeah, I'm very thankful that he doesn't mind taking his time to make those thumbnails. He said that those thumbnails didn't really take a whole lot to make, at least in terms of time. They don't take that long to make, but hey, better than, I'm still thankful for that somebody was willing to give their time, no matter how short, to me to help me out with my YouTube career, yeah, as if I can say that. But yeah, shout outs to you, Mr. Walks. Cheers. But yeah, the point is that I am going to cut back on streaming. I'm not going to stream anywhere near as much. I'm still going to stream, for example, like gacha rolls if they're important enough, and whatever other gacha stuff that I feel is worth streaming. Like, for example, FGO farming. Like, for example, the summer event should be coming up for NA at some point, maybe in like a week or two, probably 2 weeks. Though, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure at this point, with how little money that I have in the bank now. I don't even know if I'm going to even be able to farm that much for this upcoming summer event anyway in the first place. So we'll see what happens. So, yeah, back to the whole YouTube thing. So because I am cutting back my streaming significantly, because part-time content creator again, I am going to go back to my quote-unquote roots, if you can call it that, and focus on making videos again, because making videos is much easier on me, at least on my schedule, that is, rather than streaming. Because streaming, you kind of have to dedicate yourself to streaming, and if I stream for long hours like I do a lot of the time, at least traditionally, yeah, that's easily anywhere from like 5 to 8 hours, even 9 or 10 hours, depending on how long I go for, of my day, like, just gone like that. Time that I don't have to work on other stuff like videos. So yeah, making videos it should be a lot more flexible use of my time as opposed to streaming. And to that end, while I am trying to support myself looking for a side job, I do have a Patreon opened up, and I will show you that right here. So this is my Patreon page. Obviously, it looks pretty bare. I don't really. This is my first time ever opening like a third-party like like monetization thing. Obviously, most of the money that all the money that I make off of content creation comes from my YouTube videos, obviously the ads, and my Twitch subs, because I never got a membership for my YouTube channel, though I did have the option to. I guess technically I still do. I still have the option to if I really wanted to, but obviously I don't really feel too good about double dipping, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Probably not. Even though, you know, at this point in time, I would, if I were more shameless, I would definitely do it. But in exchange, rather than that, I decided to go with the Patreon page. Because I remember some people asking me in the beginning of my whole quote full-time content creation stint, when I first started doing this thing, you know, or at least try to do this thing full-time. So I remember some people asking me, hey, do you have like a Patreon, or do you plan on opening a Patreon? And my answer in the beginning was initially no, because like, what do I have to offer you to like necessitate or validate me opening a Patreon for? But you know, not having any money in your bank kind of changes your mind on a lot of things, right? So yeah, unfortunately, this is yet another one of the many situations where I have to go back and, you know, eat my pride, eat my words, and open up a Patreon. So that way, I can try to see how well this does as opposed to me streaming. So yeah, if you guys would like to, obviously this is up to you. This really sounds. I really sound like I'm begging right here, but especially given the situation I'm in right now, and I don't. But the point is that I don't want you. I'm not trying to guilt trip anybody into supporting me by subscribing to by signing up for my Patreon or whatever. Just do it if you're a fan of my videos. You want to support me whatever way you can, so that I can try to continue to make videos while I'm trying to look for a side job to help keep me afloat, basically, and not, you know, get myself kicked out and become truly homeless. So yeah. Just to go over what my Patreon offers, it's pretty bare bones. Like I said, I really don't know what to really offer in terms of a Patreon. I actually considered not even including the $10 a month and the $25 a month tiers. Initially, I was like, initially I was like debating with myself, like, do I want to even add in those two tiers? Like, what would I even like offer people for these extra tiers? But then after thinking about it, I was like, okay, I guess I could offer these things. So the $5 a month is the standard one. Obviously, just support me, and then you guys get to vote in a weekly poll, because my initial plans were to, I'll probably change this later after I make this video, but my initial plan was to make like videos weekly. But then after I sat down and thought about it, I was like, well, since I'll talk about this a little in more detail in just a bit here, but I thought to myself, well, I do plan on still making like my bigger, like longer length videos. Like, for example, like one of the videos I have in mind to make later is like a redux of my how to min-max, or basically just or in other words, just like a more general, like how to play FGO, or like how to start playing FGO in current year 2023. Longer videos like that are mainly focused on FGO, because obviously the vast majority of my audience is still FGO. And while I've tried to like expand to the whole like Star Rail and Genshin categories, like obviously it hasn't really worked out. So I'm gonna have to fall back to, you know, the tried and true, so to say, and yeah, mainly focus on FGO videos. I'll still try to get out the occasional like Star Rail video, because I enjoy making Star Rail guides, because Star Rail is also a turn-based game just like FGO, so it's kind of right up my alley. So but yeah, the $5 a month is the regular tier, and then you guys get to vote on a poll every time I put up a new how-to, for you guys to vote on the next one, obviously. Again, it says weekly here, but considering I want to work on other like longer length videos, and those will take time to make, I'm not sure if I can promise like weekly videos on top of everything else. So I will change this to just be like, you know, a vote in a poll, you know, every time after every how-to to vote on the next one, basically. So. Second tier, you get obviously the previous one, and you get to watch my video, all my like actual serious videos, the whales smaller and less serious videos like my whales logs and dolphins logs and whatever. You got, and maybe like channel update videos too, because I'd rather people be able to watch those kinds of things right away, everybody, because those are, you know, a little more important. But yeah, stuff like how-tos, like my other like my longer edited videos, you guys get to watch those like a day earlier or something, and then obviously get a shout out at the end of the videos. I'll probably I'll take the names of, I believe Patreon, it lets you like see all the names of all your patrons, right? Hopefully they do, or hopefully I can. And I take your names. If you guys are sub to the second or third tier, I take your names and stick them at the end of my videos. I've seen other YouTubers like Seth Zintac, and other YouTubers do that as well, where, you know, they put the names of their patrons at the end of the videos. So I want to kind of do the same thing, give you guys a shout out. And finally, the third tier. Please don't please don't join a third tier unless you really want to waste your money. I actually almost feel bad putting this up, but I mean, again, I'm not in a position to, you know, say anything. I'm not in a position to have any moral stance on anything. I gotta get that bag, you know. It's either get the bag or, you know, get the streets. So, yeah. The third tier is basically the big perk about the big perk about this one is personalized advice, gotcha advice. Yeah, I think the way to do this is I have to talk to you guys over Patreon DMs, basically Patreon messages like this. So yeah. Personalized gotcha advice for FGO mainly, but then you can also ask me about Arknights, Genshin, and Star Rail. The FGO, Arknights, Genshin, and Star Rail are the 4 games that I'm most confident in giving advice in. I know I play like 10 different gotchas, and some of them I play for a very long time too, but these 4 are the ones that I have the most confidence about. If you guys want to ask me advice, if for those of you who actually do, for whatever reason, plan on joining up for the third tier here, or in case you're curious if I'd still give advice for my other gacha games, I will, but I will tell you, I will preface you with the fact that, yeah, I don't know those other games, at least from a mechanical perspective, as much as I do about FGO, Arknights, Genshin, and Star Rail. So, but if you really want to, you can ask me about any of the other games too, if you happen to also play. So, funny thing about this one actually was, initially I almost included a 4th tier that was $100 a month, and basically the big perk with that, it was, oh, you get to add me as a friend on FGO, but I decided against it because that's kind of, even my situation right now, that feels a little too tacky. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not cool with that. So yeah, I got rid of that, and so you guys will just there's only 3 tiers here. So yeah, again, subscribe. How do you say subscribe to your Patreon? Is that how people say this? How do you shill your Patreon properly? But yeah, if you guys want to support me via Patreon, feel free. Again, I'm not pressuring anyone to do this. I'm just doing this so that, you know, I don't completely go under trying to do this whole content creation thing, especially when I'm in the middle of trying to look for a job right now to help support me and get me back to a little bit more sustainable level after, you know, 6 months of full-time gacha content creation has really sunk me knee deep. So knee deep in shit. So yeah, appreciate it. Let me switch back to my full cam scene here. So yeah, that's the that should be most of the. I'm trying to think about if I have anything else to add here, which I can't think of anything right now. All I wanted to relate to you guys here with this video is that, you know, just let you guys know what's going on, why like the fact that I put up a Patreon, why I put it up, and so on and so forth. So pretty sure I covered all the most important ones. And of course, I'll leave the link to my Patreon here in the description of this video, and I will also probably put it as a pinned comment or something in the comment section, so you guys can hit up the link and decide if you guys want to support me here or not. So yeah, any help is appreciated. Never required, obviously, but definitely appreciate it, especially at this time. So yeah, that'll be about it. Oh, as a bonus, to let you guys know, to prove that, you know, I am serious about going back to making videos, YouTube videos for FGO not full-time, part-time. Right after this video, or later today, I will have a how to use Koinskaya video going up later today. Just to prove to you guys that yes, I am serious about this whole thing, and yeah, I even prepared a video to go with this one to make sure that, you know, you guys know that I'm serious about backing this whole, you know, Patreon thing and trying to make it work as much as I can. So, but yeah, enjoy watching the How to Koinskaya video later. After I'm done uploading this video to my YouTube channel, I'll probably set the Koinskaya video on Premiere. So as soon as you guys are done watching this, you guys should find the Koinskaya How to Premiere, the scheduled premiere or whatever, on my channel. So go hang on over there and watch that one after you're done watching this one. So yeah, thanks for your support over the past however many years, 6 years, I guess, at this point. Jesus Christ, it's been a long time. And yeah, I'll try to keep at this content creation thing, even though unfortunately full-time didn't really work out. But yeah, I also want to apologize to my Twitch subs, the people who subscribe to my Twitch channel, to my Twitch stream, that yeah, unfortunately I just can't stream as much as I used to. Because I'm switching gears here to make YouTube videos instead, and rather than stream. Again, I'll try to stream whenever I can or whenever I feel like it. But if for whatever reason not for whatever reason, I know the reason. If you guys don't feel like your sub is worth it, feel free to unsubscribe from my Twitch channel, or if you want to subscribe me, if you want to support me via Patreon, but you don't feel like, you know, supporting me through both Twitch and Patreon, that's fine too. I completely understand. So yeah, that'll do it for this video, and we'll see you guys in the how to use Koinskaya video later today. Peace.